Faulkner is out with a knee injury. Katie Lou Samuelson is out with an injured hand, and Chloe Jackson is out with an ankle injury. For your Storm, number 10 Super is out, continuing her recovery from knee surgery. Number 24 Julie Lloyd is out tonight with an injured ankle. We wish everyone of them a speedy recovery. That is tonight's Kings Road to Recovery. The officials for tonight's game is assigned by the WNBA. Number 13, Cheryl Flores. Number 45, Tom Howard. And number 78, Jimmy Schroeder. The Women's National Basketball Association, Alaska Airlines Arena, and the University of Washington are committed to creating a safe and enjoyable sports and entertainment experience. Therefore, we ask you to refrain from disruptive behavior and plastic property. Disruptive behavior includes fighting, throwing objects, attempting to enter the court, interrupting play, or using improper language or gestures.
They love sitting on the weak side and draining the three ball.
Well, nobody knows how to get disruptive on defense better for Seattle than point guard Jordan Canada. She sits down with Elise coming up next. Joe TV. And how about for the Seattle Storm, Elise? The first start for old Sammy Whitcomb. How about that? Sammy Whitcomb and Jordan Cannon in the backcourt, along with Alicia Clark, Natasha Howard, and Mercedes Russell.
Yeah, I saw Sammy Whitcomb, the former University of Washington Husky, who this is her home floor now with the Seattle Storm, saying, hey, your first start since the last time you were a Husky. And she goes, yeah, I'm fired up. She's like, I'm excited. How can you not be? So for her, where she's come and had to work so hard to get where she is and now being a starter. Pretty special moment for her.
She's used to just going through the starting lineups in this building. There's nothing new for her coming. She started a lot of games here for the Washington Huskies. Your starting lineups for the Chicago Sky. Diamond Shields, a tremendously athletic and talented guard. There's Jewel. How about that? Peeking in the old huddle. Diamond Shields, Allie Quigley, Courtney Vandersloot, your guards. Jantel Lavender, and in the middle, Stephanie Dolson as we get set. So when we always play Chicago, we love to see Courtney Vandersloot back here in the Northwest, the Kentwood grad, and just a tremendous, tremendous player, all-star, leader in the league in assists. And then also Diamond Shields. I was first introduced to Diamond when I was calling a Tennessee game a few years back, and at least I was just blown away at her sheer athleticism and talent.
Well, she's the daughter of a former major leaguer, and her brother DeShields. The name is very famous in Major League Baseball, and she's making it famous in the world of basketball as well with her athleticism.
And she's got it right now in the near wing of Chicago, controls the first possession against Natasha Howard. That'll be a great matchup there, and she just sticks it right in Natasha's face with a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, that is the shot that you want to force. Hand in the face of a jump shooter, foot on the line, so it's only a 2. One of the most toughest shots out there, but she nailed it.
Quigley will guard Whitcomb, who gives it off to Natasha Howard. Whitcomb around the screen, gets a little inch. Now she gives herself some more room with the step away, no, off to the left, but there's Alicia Clark to pick it up and put it back in.
And that's what Seattle's going to have to do. Get creative. They set a nice screen, and Sammy gets an open look, can't hit it, but Alicia Clark always working, and it comes up with the board.
Quigley working in on Russell on the switch. Russell does a nice job forcing an errant pass. Sammy Whitcomb tries to tip it off of Lavender. She claims it went off of Lavender, but the official says no, no, no.
And Sammy, for just a little hesitation, could have had that.
James Wade, first-year head coach and general manager of the Sky, and husband too. Somebody Storm fans will really know. Avij Lawson Wade, former Storm guard. Here's a 3-ball from DeShields, and she in and out, almost got off to a 5-point start for Diamond Shields. Here's
look at that speed.
Yeah, she's got the wheels, no question. Gives it off to Alicia Clark. Back in the corner, Canada makes a nice catch on a tough pass. Here's Howard with 13 on the shot clock. Behind the back dribble, gets it off to Jordan again on the dribble handoff. She'll explode into the lane. Kick off Clark. She's got a good look at a triple. That one goes down. Good to see because Seattle has not been shooting the 3-ball well the last 2 games.
Well, good offense there. The 2-player game between Jordan Cannon and Natasha Howard, and that left Alicia Clark wide open on the weak side.
Here's the Shields running baseline against Howard. Good ball movement here. 3-ball on the way. Quigley, and you know she can splash them. She hits them at a tremendous rate. In fact, second in all of the WNBA in 3-point shooting at 50%.
And that's one of the keys that we talked about. You got to get out to the shooter and disrupt how they see the hoop, how they feel the hoop, make them put the ball on the ground, but those catch and shoot threes are deadly by Quigley.
Whitcomb with it, fires to Howard inside, triple team. Somebody's got to be open, and guess who? And Natasha just finds those high-low passes so easily.
That's just beautiful basketball. Execution, Russell knowing to get to an open spot on the weak side, and Howard finds her.
Vandersloot a little strong on the left-handed runner. Here comes Seattle on the push. They don't have numbers, so Jordan backs it out. Now Russell, good look at a 17-footer off the back iron. Here's Vandersloot with the rebound, back up to DeShields. A nice tempo to this game, back and forth. DeShields on the run, over Mercedes Russell, the former teammates at Tennessee.
I was just about ready to say, good defense by Russell in the open court, forcing a left-handed runner, but DeShields, so athletic, somehow gets it to go.
Here's Whitcomb with it. Canada, 7 minutes and change left in the first quarter. Driving baseline. Great look at a triple. Good rotation, but a little bit short. Natasha Howard there amidst a whole bunch of blue jerseys. Alicia hit one from the other side. How about the right side? Alicia Clark. Somebody's got to score on this team without Jewel Lloyd, Sue Bird, and Brianna Stewart. Might as well be Clark.
Yeah, And Natasha Howard had that offensive board and had 3 people on her, could have forced it up, but kicked it out in the unselfishness for Seattle to find that open player, Clark.
Double teamed in the corners quickly, gives it off to Dolson. She's very solid in the mid-range. No, gets her own rebound, using her body, a lot of time in the key there, misses the second opportunity, and Seattle's got it, nursing a 10-7 advantage. Sammy looking aggressive tonight, going all the way to the window, laying up and in. She's so shifty. She doesn't look like she should be that quick, but she is.
Well, she's a big-time scorer in Australia, and she understands the hesitation move, the pump fake, and how to read a defense. And that time they flew at her, and she blew by.
Overplay, causing nearly the turnover, but unfortunately for Seattle, Chicago just in the right place at the right time with Dolson picking up the garbage there.
Yeah, Stephanie Dolson had 16 points in the second game win versus Seattle back in the Windy City. And those are the kind of shots that, wide open shots off the glass that Dan Hughes wants to avoid.
Getting to the lane, the Storm are making points in the paint. Couple from Russell, couple from Clark, now a couple from Canada.
I think Vandersloot just twisted her ankle.
Chicago will take a timeout, and obviously are concerned for the Kentwood Conqueror. 5:33 left to go in the first quarter. Sammy Whitcomb, Alicia Clark, Jordan Canada, everybody getting the action here as Seattle leads by 5.
This game is our everything. This game is where we hold court, where we hold high our crossover queens. This game is for the future, for the culture, for the change makers. We don't just play this game, we celebrate it. Unapologetically, undeniably, us.
It's the beat of your heart and the air in your lungs, the food on your table and the roof over your head. It's the hope in your chest and eyes on the prize. Your health is why you laugh and love and how you pay it forward. Health is about feeling good, about giving and receiving care with skill and sincerity. And it's also about doing good, sharing our health in service to the well-being of others. Health is our unsung hero, our quiet superpower, the force of humanity that makes us singular and amazing in our ability to tend the needs of ourselves and our community. No matter your tribe or beliefs, your politics or passions, we stand on the common ground of health. When you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, we all are better for it. At Swedish, we believe in doing health for good.
This game is our everything. This game is where we hold court, where we hold high our crossover queens. This game is for the future, for the culture, for the change makers. We don't just play this game, we celebrate it. Unapologetically, undeniably, us.
Let's take a look here. Courtney Vandersloot getting the shoe off, gonna get the tape job, gonna test it out a little bit. So it looks like a pretty good chance that we will see Courtney Vandersloot again today. And she went the crossover, just kind of caught her foot. Looked like she caught it on Jordan Canada's ankle as she went over. Certainly was not as gruesome as what we saw the other day with Jewel Lloyd. No question about that.
I've had enough of watching those shots. I'll just turn away and just say, yeah, it's unfortunate. The local product out of Kentwood, I've been watching her play ever since she was at the state tournament down at the Tacoma Dome with Kentwood, and then a Gonzaga Bulldog making her way across the state, and now here with Chicago. She's a great player, one of the best in the history of the state of Washington.
Gabby Williams into the game for the first time. Yet another UConn player on the floor. And speaking of UConn, there's Stephanie Dolson for 3.
Yeah, you might think that she's an interior player, you want to step her outside, but if you give her that much room, she's going to nail that 3.
Whitcomb has it, far wing. Jordan Canada using a Russell screen, right to left, flings it up, no good. Tipped around, Dolson gets it back to Canada. Fortunately for Seattle, a re-rack to 14 seconds. Whitcomb getting a big Howard pick on Quigley. And the roll. Layup no good. Here's Mercedes Russell inside for the putback. Mercedes has been so active. Every time you give Mercedes minutes, you're going to get something activity-wise down low.
Great job going through the contact of Dolson. That was a strong move to the bucket.
Kick back Dolson, hit one long one. This one not quite as far out. Look at Sammy Whitcomb rise for that rebound. She's got some hops. You can tell she's feeling spry tonight, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she was an excellent rebounder in her college career, and it dropped about 20 pounds, but she can still get up there in battle.
Howard forcing one up, getting it to go in one against Diamond DeShields. Hey fans, this season every free throw a Storm player makes. Alaska Airlines donating 2,000 miles to the Alaska Airlines for Youth Fund. Currently the Storm are at 150 free throws. That brings the total miles donated to 300,000. Check out storm.WNBA.com/free throws for the future for more information. We just added to it right there, courtesy of Natasha Howard.
Courtney Vandersloot getting taped up. Got some water and is back in there.
Here's Lavender long range jump shot up and in. The long ball's going down for Chicago thus far. They are 2 for 3. There's Howard from 18. No good. Stephanie Dolson with the rebound. I like both teams wanting to run here. Quigley on the push inside. Ball reversal to Vandersloot as she's back into the game. DeShields hit a long one before. This one does not go.
And that was a great defensive possession where they just knocked Chicago off their rhythm on the reversal enough.
Oh, good feed inside. And how about that position gained by Mercedes Russell? A little peekaboo play right there, and she hit her for the deuce.
Mercedes Russell really playing well here in this first quarter. 6 points already.
You talked to Jordan Canada about her steals. She feeds Natasha Howard in with some contact on Dolson. Nobody's going to stop her when she gets that head of steam. She'll go to the line for 2 more.
And I love for Howard just going right at it. This was the play before. Look at this spin. That's how you do it against the smaller player. She's going to use that size and feel the defender and then spins right off the guard and Vandersloot for the wide open bucket. Excellent delivery from on top as well.
Every time I watch Mercedes Russell play, I marvel at the fact that Alicia Valavanis was able to grab her off of waivers. I mean, that is just unbelievable.
Yeah, the fact that a 6'6" player that has this much control, strength, skill, and she's very aggressive. Like some post players, you know, they were always bigger growing up and they were told, be nice to the little ones. It's the way it is. Sometimes they lack aggressiveness, and Mercedes Russell does not. She's feisty down there. She is not scared to mix it up.
16-footer up and good. Cheyenne Parker with the jump shot just entered the game.
She's averaging 6 boards, one of the best in the league coming off the bench. And former 5th overall pick has been extremely productive for the Sky so far this season.
And Quigley will get a break.
And this is where the Storm will be challenged. They have this 7-point lead. They've been playing very well, especially offensively, but it's such a long game, and are they going to have energy?
Are you kidding me? 6'6", taking it to the 3-point line, 2 dribbles, gets all the way to the rim and finishes like that.
You give her space with no double. Teams are going to have to start reacting with Mercedes Russell and bringing a double team. And I talked to Dan Hughes about that before the game today. Against single coverage, she's really good, and she's finishing strong. She gets a little pressure out at the 3-point line, and the body control, she saw Shields there wanting to take the charge. She just moved laterally in the air to avoid taking that charge. That's a 6'6" center, able to have that kind of body control. That is rare.
The evolution of the WNBA, Elise.
Yep. And to think about the fact that last year, I know she was a rookie, but the fact that she hardly played.
Right.
And that's how good that team was and the kind of depth that Seattle had in winning that championship.
Vandersloot knocks down the long range 2. She's on the board for the first time. And it's 25-18 Seattle. 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Canada around a pick. There's the roll from Howard instead. The pop to Kalina Mosqueda. Lewis snuggle it home.
Do what you do, Kalina. One of the best and purest shooters in the world.
Vandersloot tries to answer And she throws up an air ball. Seattle looking very good offensively here in the early going, and they've been struggling from behind the arc. They've been struggling offensively the last couple of games. So it's good to see them hitting at a 64% clip here in the first quarter.
And I think just for their confidence, no Sue Bird, no Brianna Stewart, and now no Jewel Lloyd, that is a lot of production. Over half of their points last season came from those three. They're not in the lineup, but they've come out here and spread the ball around. 28 points so far in the first.
Oh, Lisa Clark in the spin cycle. No, that would have been beautiful. Parker gives it back to Williams. She'll set the offense up. Such a versatile player. Got a lot of UConn players in this game tonight. One-on-one with 2 on the shot clock. Going all the way to the rim, and Natasha Howard says, no, 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 no. Here comes Shavante. She going to give it up? No, she's going to take it right to the rim. But Alicia Clark gets the offensive board. Re-rack Kalina. No.
I thought that one was in. Feet
Looked
set
good.
off
Felt good.
the offensive board. That's usually money.
Kalia Copper into the game for Chicago as well. Double team inside is Parker, and a little extra aggressive was Seattle there. That's just their second team foul of the quarter with 54 seconds left, and Crystal Langhorne will enter the contest.
And Crystal's been given some really good minutes. Remember, she had that rib injury last year, started the season as a starter, but missed 8 games and then came on, and is such a selfless player. Had to come off the bench. She's a former All-Star. You know, such a productive member in this WNBA, and did it willingly. And now she's getting a lot more opportunity because of all these injuries.
Another steal by Seattle. They got a really good defensive lineup out on the floor. Here's Kalina for 3 again. The last one didn't go, but this one does. Seattle right now at 57% from the field, including 4 of 7 from three-point range.
And 31 points in the first quarter for Seattle, the most of any quarter this season. Their previous high was 27 in the second quarter in Atlanta. So they're coming out, getting some confidence, trying to figure out how to put the ball in the hole without Jewel Lloyd, who is just so good. 16 points per game, sitting over on the bench for Seattle, and a creator. And they're moving the ball, balanced scoring, a lot of different production.
Elise, last game, they had 32 at half. The game before that, they had 32 at half. They have 31 right now with 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter as Williams hits the first free throw. Second one no good, but an offensive board. Chantel Lavender. Post up inside Parker, working on Courtney Paris, and gets it to go, 31-21. Seattle will play for the last here, see if they can extend their already double-digit advantage. Skata Lewis. Now to Zealous, 8 seconds left. Driving all the way to the window, and there is foul. Boy, what's going on with the interior defense of Chicago? Because we've seen a ton of wide open driving.
Courtney Paris
Big
just
screen,
put
yes.
a gigantic screen on Gabby Williams. Like, she's going to have to give her head a shake after this one. Look at this screen. Boom. Her daddy is Bubba Paris. You remember him?
Yep.
One of the great defensive linemen. And boy, I wouldn't want to run into Courtney.
No question. Screen's
Such
great.
a sweet and gentle person
not on the floor,
off the floor, but on the floor, she's not messing around.
But there's no help there after that screen. I mean, the help is really late for Chicago right now. The pick and roll game doing everything it wants to do for Seattle. 4 seconds left, a 12-point lead. Williams puts it up at the buzzer, off the mark. All Seattle in the first quarter. Their last 5 games, they've shot 46, 44, 43, 39, and 30%. It has been going down, down. But Seattle will re-rack again. What's been the most impressive thing about this start to you?
Well, I just think that when you lose a player like Jewell Loyd and you've already lost stars, everyone has the mentality of, okay, I need to do a little bit more, but they're not pressing the issue. And sometimes you do that. You're taking bad shots or shots you don't normally take, or you're out of rhythm. And all of those shots were good shots by Seattle. Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis coming in off the bench and really filling it up. And Sammy Whitcomb, everybody did what they can do.
The pump fake by Sammy. She has pump faked 2 different players completely out of their uniform thus far tonight.
Well, and it's because she has perhaps the quickest release in the league. As soon as she gets it, she can fire it and get it off. And so I think now defenses know that, and they have to lunge at her to get her from getting that shot off.
Langhorn, good spacing by Seattle. She's going one-on-one, puts it up with the offhand. No good. Rebound Dolson. Seattle by 12. Gabby Williams with dumping a load of Parker, and she just sends it about 4 feet wide of her intended target. It'll be Seattle basketball turnover number 3 on Chicago. And
Seattle was able to slide through every potential screen on that possession, and therefore there was not a good angle to get the ball inside.
Screen very effective today for Seattle. Mosqueda-Lewis all the way to the window. No call on that. Copper on the run. Guarded by Langhorn. Kick back Parker. Pump fake, good help by Crystal Langhorn. Back to Dolson, 12 on the shot clock. Zealous, how about the D by Shavante? Can she get the rebound? No, she can't, but she was throwing her body around there against the bigs. There's no fear in that young lady right there, I'll tell you that. No fear. She is somebody you'd want in a street fight. Quigley with it. Step back now to Parker. Back to Alley. She'll fire and hit the former Seattle Storm guard. 2 for 2, 5 points on the game.
That release, just so pure, the way that she finishes with that follow through. Pretty.
Here's Whitcomb. Kick out Langhorn. That's her shot right there. You better believe it. Crystal Langhorn, a very good 15-foot baseline jump shooter. Salute to Quigley, and that's her shot.
What is a Quigley shot? I mean, Quigley's shot is from everywhere on the floor, isn't it?
That's fair. That's fair. Everybody's getting to where they want to go right now. It's been a fun game. Seattle by 9 right now. 12 on the shot clock. Posting up is Zealous. Cutting is Whitcomb against Dolson. She'll fake Dolson.
She can't stake with Whitcomb.
Oh, how about the English on that one? I thought she was too far beyond the rim to spin that back. Coming the other way, Chicago, nice job answering with the fast break.
Well, that's a beautiful job by Cooper, just outrunning everybody. Don't stop and clap with the bucket by Whitcomb. That was beautiful. Just get out and run and answer.
Skip past Mosqueda-Lewis. Into Langhorn, tip back to Kalina. Got to get a handle on it, can't do it. Uh-oh, it's a 2-on-0. And coasting in is Copper for the layup. 37-30, Chicago knocking on the door now.
Unfortunate turnover. Mosqueda-Lewis just couldn't corral the ball, and that was the easiest bucket you're going to see maybe all season.
First turnover of the game for the Seattle Storm. They go almost 13 minutes without coughing it up. They lead by 7. We got a timeout on the floor. Storm 37, Chicago 30. Back to Alaska Airlines Arena, the campus of the UW. Coming up next.
Do you remember that day? That day you met your hero?
Miss Bird, do you think I could be a champ?
WNBA.com. Dick Fan, Elise Woodward with you from the campus of the UW, Seattle by 7. Every player that has played in this game, other than Courtney Paris, who's only played 3 minutes, has scored. That's amazing. Everybody getting into the act.
That is the balanced scoring that we talked about in the keys to the game.
Howard with it. Backing in on Parker. The step through looked like a walk, but no call, but no bucket either.
I think she probably got away with one. Looked like she lifted both her pivot foot and the other.
Olsen hands off Copper. Good switch by Alicia Clark. Now stonewalling is Alicia Clark. Natasha Howard with the help. 6 on the shot clock. Inside Dolson. Double team. A lot of time in the key right now. And Natasha Howard will come up with it. Will we have a jump? That actually goes against Seattle. Because, well, there's 1 on the shot clock. So if Chicago gets the ball, they got 1 to shoot. So a good D there all the way through by Seattle.
Yeah, good double team without fouling. Just getting in there, being aggressive, rolling around. I think they knew that the longer they just kind of rustled around on the ground, the more the shot clock was going to wind down. This is you just tip it and it's going to be your possession. Right. You can't tip it into the hoop from here. Not with Natasha Howard on the other side.
And Natasha Howard wins the jump. Here comes Jordan, accelerating. Backdoor cut, Natasha, what a feed! Dolson there, a lot of body in there. But they say all basketballs, it goes out of bounds. Not a lot of complaint by Natasha, though.
You know, she doesn't complain, but you tell me if there's contact on the shot.
Yeah, the elbow right into the midsection. And look at Dan Hughes is going nuts. You can see him in the replay there. He's still talking at the top of your screen.
Hey, one thing is for certain is when Dolson has her feet set over there, you're not... I mean, that's a tough body to try to power through.
That's right.
She is tough.
Canada flies in to the lefty, no good. Oh, gets her hand in there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to corral it. It'll be Chicago basketball. You can see that like in slow motion as Canada was trailing the play. It's like, oh, pass it back to yes. But then she wasn't able to get it.
Jordan, Canada #1 in the league in steals, almost 3 per game, 2.9. She flies around there. She was right there, almost coming up with 1.
Her anticipation is so fantastic. She is not tall, but she has long arms and tremendous anticipation.
I've heard that Jimmy Lake is recruiting her over the year.
She'd be a good corner. I'll take her.
No, there's no question. That sense of anticipation and reading those passing lanes, quick hands.
6:09 on the first half clock here, 37-30. Copper tries to get it in. Seattle's D has been stifling at times tonight. Chicago still shooting a very good percentage at 56%, 13 of 23. 6 on the shot clock, dumping a low Dolson. Double team, Canada's got it on the run. Again, she doesn't have numbers. Skip it over to Sammy. She'll drive in on Vandersloot. Lift it up, no good. Mercedes Russell there, the touch underneath with the reverse. She shows something else in her bag of tricks every single game.
Well, that time, that was a pure power play, getting inside position and then able to finish in traffic.
If you've never seen either of these two teams play and you were just coming tonight, you would say Mercedes Russell is the best player on both teams. She has 10 points and 4 rebounds in 11 minutes.
Yeah, she's playing tough. Good finishes down low. What a gift to find her on the waiver wire last year in your championship season, and so many excellent players have gone down. She is ready to produce.
Wickham, the fade, and get in there. That's the shooter's roll. It was flat, it was short, but she is such a soft touch.
That's a good matchup for Sammy Whitcomb to get the start, because Allie Quigley and Courtney Vandersloot is a good matchup to go and try to get perimeter drives and shots, and she's making the most of it.
Parker with it. Oh, and there's Whitcomb. 2-on-1 the other way. She's going to give it up. No, she's going to try to draw contact. No good. There's Natasha for the rebound. Patton snaps and put it up and in. Natasha's like, that's fine you didn't pass it to me because I got 2 rebounds and 2 points out of it. 43-32. Listen to the crowd in Seattle. They are on their feet, up by 11. Russell with 10. Clark with 8. Howard with 7. Whitcomb with 6. It's a team effort tonight. Chicago shooting a better percentage, 58 to 50. Seattle's taken 10 more shots. Ooh, up and in. Are we going to count it? Yes, indeed. Because Seattle has not turned the ball over. Chicago has. Seattle has 7 offensive rebounds to Chicago's 2. So it doesn't matter if you're shooting 7 percentage points worse if you get more opportunities.
Well, this is an excellent job of just hanging in the air, the body control. Take that hit by Natasha Howard, feel it, and then turn and get those shoulders square to finish the three-point play.
It's just the athleticism, dexterity of Diamond Shields. One of the more athletically gifted players in this entire league.
Look at the battle down low with Russell and Dolson. Dolson just leaning on her.
And giving Canada space to drive in. She hits the deck and lays it up and in, but that was all caused by Mercedes Russell pinning the defense.
Canada asking for contact on that shot. And we've seen a trend that the officials have really let the women play more this year. A lot more contact, even on shots.
And a double dribble call on Dolson down below. And to be honest, it's made for a much more free-flowing product. It's been really, really fun to watch this year. I have noticed that difference without question.
Right here, there's a clean drive to the hoop by Canada. Maybe she felt that Vandersloot kind of undercut her a little bit.
Mercedes now to Howard. Backing in, firing off the window, no good. Rebound Lavender.
A 10-point lead and 3.5 minutes to go until halftime for Seattle. They want to keep this double digits. They've shot well. They've played really well. You need a cushion because they'll probably go through a stretch where the shots don't fall.
Yep. Inside is Lavender on Russell. Step through and no good. Gets her own rebound, however. Kick back out. 3 on the way. That's off as well. So an 0 for possession there for the Sky. Cannon on the push. Gets a good screen from Howard. Hesitates. Drives baseline. Keeping the dribble, using all of her tricks there, and she goes to the free throw line. That was all Jordan creating it for herself.
Went baseline, turned away, kept looking, kept her dribble alive. By the time that Vandersloot got back to her, she was able to get her up in the air.
I love the old school game that a lot of these Storm players have. They can up fake, head fake, bob weave, you know, make you think like they're going to do one thing and they do another. I mean, it's just fantastic to watch. Vandersloot comes out, as does Copper. Williams and Quigley back in. Colleen is in as well for Seattle. Jordan Canada has got 6 points now and 3 assists. Crowd chanting defense, which has been pretty solid at times. Chicago has shot a good percentage, but it's really because they're shooting well, not because Seattle's defense has been bad. And there is a perfect example. Seattle with the theft again. Canada back to Howard. In rhythm, 3, in and out. It was deep, but it was in rhythm. She has not shot the 3 particularly well this year, that's for sure. Williams gives it off to Quigley. Guarded by Clark. The Shields rises, fires off the back iron. Oh, got to box her out, and we got a foul.
And actually, fortunate for Seattle, they blew that whistle. If not,
that was a layup.
Shields was going to get up at the rim. And that's the old adage. You force the jumper, you just got to turn and box out. That shooter knows where it's going to go.
Second foul on Mercedes Russell. Dolson, good catch by the Shields. Fires no, but she gets fouled on Alicia Clark. And the Shields will go to the line at the 2:09 mark in the first half.
An unfortunate foul for Alicia Clark. Tough fadeaway jumper for the Shields, who can get off the floor so quickly. Alicia Clark raising her hand and says, my bad.
Second foul on Alicia. Seattle is 5-0 this year after they lead after the first quarter, which they did tonight. They're 5-1 when they lead at half. So they have been able to close ball games this season. And the free throws make it a 10-point game. Exactly now to Jordan Canada. The screen and the roll again. The bounce pass to Russell. Looks like a hit on the arm there. And Russell keeps it alive to Canada. Oh, good feed to Howard, and there's the foul. I thought there was contact on the Russell shot, but at least they got the two here from Natasha.
Stephanie Dolson does not agree with that call. It looked like there was definitely contact.
She was coming down. I saw the replay again on the big board here. She was set, but it was one of those where you kind of have your arms at a 45-degree angle instead of straight up. They're going to get you at that every time. There it is. Watch Dolson's arms here.
Yeah, you got to get vertical. You got to give space to that shooter. Natasha Howard, if she'd already got up and left the ground, you have to give her space to come down without contact.
12-point spread again. Quigley working on Clark. 9 on the shot clock. Natasha coming to help. There's the trap, which has worked so well for Seattle tonight. DeShields bullet pass inside to Williams. Nice catch and finish. Ooh, that was very, very pretty. And we got a whistle and a foul after the bucket.
Maybe delay a game warning?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I guess there's no foul. Did not see what the call was. High post Mercedes Russell. Green Kalina off the pick. She'll catch and fire off the back iron. Lavender with the rebound. A lot of versatility on the Chicago team, and this is one of the most versatile right there.
Oh.
Gabby Williams. Is there a position she can't play?
She's just such a fluid athlete. It's just fun to watch the way that she is so fluid.
Canada driving baseline. She loves going baseline, using her body to shield off the defender, and scoring 51-41. Canada 3 of 5 with 8 points.
Even though she's little, she gets in there and is aggressive.
Here's Dolson for 3 off the back iron. No. Oh, DeShields goes high for that rebound. Working on Clark. Fires to the corner, and it's Seattle basketball. And once again, causing the turnover, none other than Jordan Canada. She's pesky. She's feisty. You just love her on your team. You would hate to play against her. There's no question about that. And she's going to get all the minutes in the world this year without Sue Bird for much of the season. So 8-second differential on game and shot clock. And Dan Hughes will take a timeout. See if it's a full here. Looks like we're going to take a full timeout. This is the most points scored by Seattle in any half. 46 points they did 3 times. And right now, Seattle's got 51 on the board. Hey, Storm fans, gear up for the 2000.